Okay, I know I haven't been active much, and, well, I apologize for that. But ladies and gentlemen, we are back! Well, sort of. If you guys are really interested in what's going on, then watch until the very end. But for now, I bring you all a classic challenge. A dog run in the first Pokemon game we played on the channel, Shield. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are excited, then please hit the subscribe button and comment what dog you have got. But for now, let's get gaming. And well, 5 years have almost passed since Sword and Shield came out, so you guys get the drill. Hop yeets me out my house door to meet his champion and his brother, Leon. Then he introduces me to the starters, which don't fit the bill. I mean, there's a monkey, Messi cosplaying as a furry, and a lizard. But none of them are dogs. However, there is a workaround. Paw Patrol, Paw Patrol. I joined the Paw Patrol to rescue a lost sheep. And lo and behold, there stands the answer to my prayers. A dog! My eyes look. And it's a wizard! However, there was a workaround because I grabbed the Pokédex from the professor's daughter, then pet her doggy and decided that I wanted one too. So I learned how to catch from Leon, grab a ball, and instead of playing fetch, I caught it, and now my best friend is called Scampy. Oh yeah, unlike the dog run for Scarlet and Violet, I'm naming my team after your dogs. So first, it's my friend Rachel and her schnoodle, Scampy. And now, the challenge begins. We battle through trainers on Route 2, proving we are the very best alongside Hop. And upon arriving at the professor's house, I think you guessed it, but it's time to punt. Or at least try to. It's a 3v1 after all. Well, even though the paralysis from Nuzzle is guaranteed, we do get the full Paralock as well as a critical tackle. So, Wooloo goes down, Skull Bunny was a huge pain, whumps my attack and puts us to just 5 HP. Rookidee, however, really could not hit hard and gets paralyzed as well, so somehow Scampy manages to overthrow the champion's brother. Attaboy, Scampy! Attaboy! The next morning, I grabbed the Dynamax band from the professor, and it's official. My journey begins. Now, while I'm on the train, I should probably say we are not to overlevel at all. I can only use dog Pokemon, obviously, unless I'm forced to catch essential Pokemon to progress. Team sizes must match. I need to play in set mode only, and I cannot use any items, held or heals, excluding Pokeballs, of course. Capiche? Cool. So next on the agenda, I battle against Team Yell to simply go to sleep, take part in the ceremony, and beat the rest of the contenders. But I just know it's gonna be difficult. Starting with Hop again, although this time, I get binned off completely to just survive on 1 HP against Rookidee, and once again, Scampy comes on top. So to celebrate, I grab another dog to the Paw Patrol squad. This time, it's Growler. This one luckily has the Intimidate ability, though I was looking for a male because this one is the lovely Dante, the gremlin, whose lovely owner is Sarv. With that said, I venture through the mine, battle through the workers, and bump into Bede. And well, I think it's safe to mention, our newest puppy Dante absolutely abolished his psychic team. But what he couldn't help with, nor Scampy could, was chase Milo's lost sheep. Unbelievable.
It's unbelievable, Jeff!
And speaking of Milo, he's the first gym leader, and being grass type, I think we should have the easy way around. And well, he's trained Yampers to chase sheep around. Scampy, you're on the training list. So once the so-called gym mission was cleared, and I say mission, just pure hard labor, this leaves one battle between myself and the one and only southern farmer, Milo. And boy oh boy, I am so ready. So Scampy is out first for one job and one job only, to set the nozzle. So when Gossifleur gets fully paralyzed, I made the switch to Dante, Intimidate, and the flower still couldn't move. So I begin to howl and cry and get my attack up by 4 before causing a huge flare-up, until his Eldegoss Dynamaxes, and it's just too powerful. Yeah, that's the first loss of the run. Attempt number 2, and this time I'm at the level cap. The same play follows. Nuzzle, then switch to Intimidate. This time around, I get to max out my attack safely with 2/3 of my health compared to 1/4 last time. Gossifleur goes bye-bye, and not to my surprise, but the Eldegoss also falls. I mean, this pop is just too good. Now, before we advance any further, it's time we catch some more dogs. So, we caught an Electrike, which will really help with the next gym. She's called Layla, who is one of my moderators, Neff's dog, as well as an EV called Tyson, who is Charlie's German Shepherd. Now, if you guys are new, in the Scarlet and Violet Fox runs, I broke down my personal opinions on what animal is what evolution. Some might agree, some won't. It's what the community decided on, so we're rolling with that. Anyway, but my rant's over. I battle further trainers, including Team Star. It's Team Yell. Who wrote that in the script? Let's make it clear, Pokemon does not take stranger danger well. I don't know where you've been, mate. But Hop's waiting for a friendly exhibition match, so away we go. Wooloo is first and Tyson gets his debut, using Swift as he goes for Defense Curl. We eventually take it down. Corvisquire is next, and Layla is swapped out to a Pluck, as well as a Fury attack before shocking it out the sky. This just leaves Raboot, so Dante buys some time with Bite Chips as well as Intimidation until he can't take any more kicks, though this means Scumpy can spark and take revenge. Although now we've got a slight issue because next up is Nessa and the Water-type gym, and well, my hardest hitter is weak to fire, so he has to go. However, 2 electric types should be perfect for the mission even Mario would not do. We did it and go face to face against the Queen of Waves, Nessa. Layla is up first against Goldeen, and as I sense the agility, I hit the super effective Shockwave, followed by Quick Attack. 2 just fall short. A second priority attack takes it down. Arrokuda comes out and does hurt with an Aqua Jet, though he can't take the shock, so this leaves Dreadnought. And well, a Max Strike is way too much for poor Layla. Scampy takes a Max Darkness, though not very well, and secures the Paralysis. And gets the full Paralyze, so this wastes the Dynamax turns and do some sort of chip damage before going down. So this leaves Tyson. And I bite the bullet and Dynamax myself, doing as much damage as I can with no coverage. I have no hope. Oh, go on! Yes, Tyson! You absolute king! But next was the fire task, and I wasn't so confident with this one. So after having a meeting with the chairman and his lovely lady friend over some fish and chips, I come up with a plan. But first, I had to return to Motorstoke, and that meant going through the Eastern Mines. This also involves me naturally taking care of Bede, which went well. Despite Tyson being on 1 HP, a priority quick attack was just enough to take care of the boy. That was a bit of a scrap. So I trained up beating other trainers as well as Team Yell in preparation for gym number 12. And Scumpy evolves to the Big Bolton before meeting up with the Fire Ace Cabu. Actually getting involved in the mining works, I let him crack on, and before heading to bed, I arrive at the Pokemon Center and be told this. Could this be a sign? So I grab a train on the Northern Rail, which by the way is crap as anything. And once we arrive, I speak to the wizard when all of a sudden, oh god, what have I done to you? This is one of the encounters we have to catch just to grab a train, as well as an overpriced Corviknight to the Isle of Armor DLC. So long, Slowpoke. Nice knowing you for 10 seconds. Well, upon arriving, I absolutely abolished the wizard, never to be seen again, and thus I continue on my adventures to be the best dog trainer in Galar, starting with this cute puppy, Charlie the Lillipup, as well as Winter the Rockruff, who instantly evolved to Lightning Rock, as well as Charlie having a growth spurt to Herdia. And on that bombshell, I should sleep. Despite that, my plan went to tatters, as Hop would say, because the Princess of Team Yell wants to challenge me. And me being me, I said yes. Layla was first and Shockwave does quite a bit, but Krogon goes for revenge. And we just hold on. So a second one secures the knockout, and only just barely. So we're able to do a little bit of chip damage on the Scraggy before Headbutt hurts. Charlie gets his debut, and also known as Intimidate. We eat a huge low kick before retaliating with Play Rough, and of course knocking it out the park. This leaves Morpeko, and again, Bite does a lot of damage, but Play Rough hurts a lot too. But I make the switch to Dante to finish it off, but she heals. Great! However, this means Winter can come out and defeat the mouse with a Rock Tomb. Sweet! The next morning, and it's fight time. And Layla was ready as anything, evolving to Manectric, and well, he may as well join in the battle as well as Winter for super effective stab. Oh yeah. And I go on the shopping spree. This gym consists of beating or catching Pokemon, but against other trainers, so I know the best approach. Rock Tomb my way through. Yeah, that was the challenge, so let's take on Cabu. And yeah, this I am pooing myself over. I start with Winter against Ninetales to instantly switch to Dante, followed by Howling to +3, then settle on Biting to take it down. The bigger brother Arcanine intimidates, which is fine because it outspeeds, so we take the hit, but at least no attack drops for Winter. Except we couldn't outspeed and get burnt. He goes down to a second Rock Tomb, his Ace appears, and grows to our first G-Max opponent. This thing is quadruple weak to Rock, however. So, I yell the command and surprisingly get half health, but couldn't survive the Flutterby. So I bite the bullet, Dynamax Laylet and chip damage until I lose on 1 HP. I got super unlucky there. But on attempt 2, literally the same thing occurred. However, this time I switched to Layla first and hit hard with Shockwave and take him down. Once again, this leaves the Center Scorch and I land a crit before falling. It's actually going in my favor. I land a quad effective Rock Tomb just shy of taking it down, tank the signature move, and a final bite secures the win. I didn't even need to Dynamax that time. With a successful win under my belt and with a huge arsenal of dogs by my side, except this one, I thought it would be a good idea to make said Pokemon into said dog. So after playing fetch and feeding it Curry, wait, can dogs eat Curry? I get the almighty Tyson evolved into Umbreon, as well as finding a Firestone to evolve Dante into Arcanine. At the minute, we are on a roll. So next up is Hammerlock, and upon arriving, Hop is nowhere to be seen. Only Mr. Pink, so I assume Hop to the moon. Meanwhile, I went further shopping, so yeah. Anywho, I then met up with the Chairman Rose and he reveals his ultimate plan, which I think is sweet. So here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've seen my videos before, chances are you may or may not be subscribed. So please, if you're enjoying this one and want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit the button and turn on that bell. It means I'm going to create more videos for your faces. So once again, pointers as well as visited the vault, I'm ready to keep going, starting with battling Team Star. What? Why do I keep saying Team Star? It's Team Yell. But yeah, I battle them for animal cruelty, or should I say Pokemon cruelty. Just let the natural wildlife sleep, man. So yeah, Winter absolutely annihilated them. We even chased off a cat. Sorry to all you cat lovers, but dogs are the GOAT.
That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
I head up the route, up the mountains, and even managed to see a Clefable use Roar the Time, which was entertaining, before heading into the village, and I treat myself to another battle with Hop. He starts with Cramorant against Layla, and that funny looking bird doesn't take a shock very well. However, Hop actually has something we don't really have coverage for, ground types. So I switch to Charlie. We both dig at the same time, and I get the hit before taking the brutal swing afterwards before crunching. But right on the brink, he goes for Glare. I stay in before he goes for another dig. I stay in this time and get lucky to hit the final crunch, taking it out. Toxel is next, and I risked the quad effective dig, which works wonders, leaving his rabbit. So I switch out to Dante, intimidate, and comfortably take the double kick well before going for further crunches. It does outspeed with agility, but an extreme speed gives us the win. Why are you so good? My strategy always goes to pot. Womp womp. And in his pride, Charlie evolved into his final form, Stoutland, which, to be honest, is a bit of a shame as I really didn't use Lillipup nor Herdia. Though I'm excited because he's actually going to be a huge help for the next gym, Ghost, just with the moveset. So I go for spinning roundies all over the gym in teacups before making my way to the gym leader himself, Alistair. He starts with Yamask, and Intimidate helps as we work up. He goes straight for the Disable, which, although annoying, a super effective Crunch OHKOs the Ghost, but reduces my attack stat thanks to Wandering Spirit. Yet, didn't really go as well as I thought in my head. So I switch out to Scampy and charm its attack down, before sparking and paralyzing. I then switch between sparks and charms until it goes for slashes instead of home claws. Up next was Cursula, and I need the paralysis, which we didn't get, and weak armor activates. Hex also finishes us off. Dante, being our next quickest Pokemon, comes out and crunches, being able to outspeed, so this leaves Gengar. He obviously Gigantamaxes to the rip-off version of the Mega Evolution and hits a hard max Ooze before crunching. His ability disables Crunch and oozes again. This is bad because not only he's up in special attack, but he still has one turn left. So Tyson, being the most bulky, comes out, just about takes it and snarls, bringing it back down. He still takes him out, so Charlie remains, dodges the hypnosis and secures the 4th badge. And considering the fact we're underleveled, we're doing well. So I leave the gym to prepare my adventures to the next destination, which gets pulled to a halt because Pinky here gets all greedy and dinky, and thinking he's also pimpy, I let Layla cause chaos, which is also simpy. Except it wasn't, because in a quick blinky, Hatchram takes out my Sparky dog, and I say, oh dearie. Tyson comes and snarls, and lo and behold, gnarled his wizard, then snarled his horse, and his dog Barbie too. So I won the battle, now I'm owed a Porsche. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I do need one particular item, and it's, if I get lucky from this chap here, it should be a winner chicken dinner. So I battle, and that's the Pokemon I'm looking for. So I do, and I didn't get the sachet. Oh, did I tell you it's a 1 in 22 chance? So I go again, and again, and realized it's not going to change. So I went to a different cafe, and I still didn't get what I wanted, which is absolutely fantastic. Regardless, I go into Glimwood Tangled to catch what I'm after, a Spritzy. But Ryan, that's not a dog, why? Because, my child, I need to catch this guy for an exclusive trade for Swirlix. So I waited, and waited. I had enough time to even go for a big poo and find a shiny Punkaboo. But eventually, I got my trade, who instantly evolves to Slurpoff. And boom! We have another dog. Welcome to the squad, Teddy. Magnus's dog just really suits it. But now with Teddy on the squad, I do need to choose who to take with on this gym challenge. And I think Tyson and Teddy just don't fit the bill, but also Scampy. I've used Bolton in a lot of shield runs, and having Layla as well, I think I'd like the change. This gym challenge is actually really plain and simple, to battle and quiz. Though being honest, they take this quite seriously. Despite this, I'd battle without hesitation and quite easily beat them, ready to go face to face against the wizard.
I'm not a fucking wizard!
Weezing is first against my Lycanroc, and we're able to hit hard with Zen Headbutt and get the flinch. A second one literally leaves it on a sliver, though after Fairy Wind doing more than I expected, we take it out. Barwile is next and intimidates, however I stay in and hit a hard drill run. We're just holding on after Crunch, though again we get the knockout. Togekiss is next and I get the Rock Slides in before Winter heroically falls. Layla is next and gets the stat boost to a rather stupid question before avenging our Husky. This leaves a dog's worst nightmare, treats that aren't dog treats. So I'm going to spark and overcook it. And Max Lightning does over half, but so does G-Max Finale. She does heal, so she may survive, and Layla absolutely destroys the cake, and that is what I call a major victory. Real shame I have to walk back with her to Hammerlock. Now, ladies and gentlemen, between here and the other side of the region, there isn't any more dogs we can grab. But I decided on getting one more Rockruff and evolved it into the Midnight form Lycanroc. I wasn't expecting so many people sending in their dogs, so here is Caesar, the Midnight form Lycanroc. Although I've named it after Retro NC's dog, unfortunately it is no longer with us, so I am thinking of you, mate. I'm sorry. As for the next adventure, Hop is after another battle before the harsh route to Sirchester. Trevenant is first up against Dante, and a stab flamethrower leaves it on 1 HP. So we eat a critical Shadow Claw and take it out on turn 2. Next with Snorlax, and I begin to crunch away to even attempt a defense drop because all it does is stockpile. But thanks to 2 crits, he falls too. Knowing Bolton without speed, I use extreme speed before falling to my own medicine. Charlie is out, intimidates the dog, actually outspeed and go for Dig. His ace is out and does manage to get the burn on us, so Dig doesn't do much. As a result, Charlie goes down. So Caesar gets his debut and Rock Slide gets the avenge. Heatmore gets roasted, and well, that was an easy battle. I traveled through the harsh road known as Route 8, through castle ruins, battling everyone along the way, including Teddy getting his debut. I actually wasn't expecting it to have some pretty good bulk either. I even met a dog I want on the squad. Though eventually, I arrive at the cold city of Sirchester. So now, I have to come up with a plan. And well, that plan is taking both forms of Lycanroc, both being strong against ice, Dante being fire type, and Layla for her ace. Ah, I lost! It all went to pot! Womp womp. This gym mission, on the other hand, despite us having the advantage, is the literal bane of my existence. Mama! I hope you didn't hurt yourself in this challenge. Well, to be honest, This is child abuse. Now it's time to battle the cold-hearted Melanie, and despite being underleveled, I'm quite confident in this one. Frostmoth is first and, well, gets instantly burnt on crisp. The same almost occurs to Darmanitan, but its Zen mode kicks in. This is dangerous due to the huge stat buff, unless, you know, a priority move, which we do. So... Dante burns the Ice Q, and despite Icy Wind slowing us down, we take that out as well. So it's literally a 4v1. Due to the speed drop, I go for a priority extreme speed just for the simple chip damage before going down to max Geyser. Dante has done its job. Layla is next and hits a hard discharge, though without paralysis. G-Max Resonance puts us in a really tight spot. Second time and still no lock. So we fall. Caesar is out for one move only, and that's Brick Break. And we somehow outspeed the Loch Ness until it uses Icy Wind. So yeah, a Radiant Surf hurts. With Winter being the only one left, a simple bite was all that was needed to take it down. And well, that's the Ice Gym. Once again, I didn't need to Dynamax, which was great. That battle was brilliant. I want to take you out. Wait, aren't I like 12, 13 in this game? That's not right. On the plus side, I get some good grub, and Hop wants to fight again, which I beat him pretty simply. I head out of the city and down towards Route 9, who Team Yell is stressing out a Dreadnought, and some doctor who hasn't aged well in the slightest. So I give them the punt, and lo and behold, get the secret on how to surf on a bike. Now we're going to stop progressing here for a second and grab our final encounter on the mainland, should we call it. And I thought he's found on the Lake of Outrage, but no, he's a lucky weather spawn at the Giant's Cap. That is none of it than Riolu. This one is called Ron, another one of my friend's dogs, so this was the majority of the squad. Except for one. What? No way! There is no way! Though, unfortunately, my luck wasn't on my side. I failed to catch it. However, the initial goal of EXP grinding was successful. Also, I can see you guys in the comments commenting away about how he's a jackal and not a dog. A jackal is a canine, just like a wolf, which is a canine. So, shush. But in the meantime, while you're commenting, just comment down below what your favorite dog Pokemon is. Anyways, I arrive at the Spikemouth gym to see that whole town is closed, but not for Marnie. But to get it open, she wants a tussle. So I say, well, sure. Teddy hasn't seen much screen time, so he's up against Liepard. Dazzling Gleam is a one-shot. Toxic Rogue is, however, a threat. So I switch out to Charlie, Intimidate, and predict that... That wasn't what I was expecting. It goes with Poison Jab after confusing me, and yeah, we couldn't lay a finger on it. Sweet. Dante was able to take care of him as well as the Scrafty, so it's just more Pekka. It outspeeds and goes for Spark, but doesn't paralyze, and we secure the win. So with access to what I'd like to call Liverpool, I chose my four: Teddy, Dante, Ron, and Charlie. And whereas I wouldn't call this a gym challenge, Ron beats up Team Yell Grunts and evolves to Lucario, which is actually perfect timing, and arrive at the stadium where her brother Piers is waiting. In this gym, there is no Dynamaxing, and being his musical performance, it's sort of scripted. You'll see. Scrafty is first against Teddy for Intimidation, which is fine because after Fake Out, I outspeed on turn 2 and boom! There's the quad Dazzling Gleam. I have to keep hurting due to Contrary, but once the Squid is down and out, Obstagoon shows us his raw. But he's a bit of a bore, so I Cotton Guard instead where he obstructs, so I can send more beams of light to its face until he meets his fate. This leaves a Stinky Skunk next to that little punk. So we Cheeky Endeavor from our little pop, and after Poison, a final Energy Ball shows him who's boss. What a win! So there just remains one final target, despite the Dynamax phenomena occurring. This is Raihan. I'd call him a Dragon Tamer as he claims to be, but let's be honest, he's just a simple weatherman. But I think I should organise some of my moves as I've left Layla and Ron's quite badly to the last minute. So starting off with Layla, I grabbed the TM, the Volt Switch during the Rotom Rally, followed by grabbing Flamethrower and buying Light Screen, and Ron now knows Psychic and Dark Pulse. Then Annihilate, the cast of Harry Potter in the vault before going face to face against the Dragon-type Gym Leader in double battle form. I start with Teddy and Charlie against Flygon and Gigalith. I instantly start setting with Cotton Guard, being immune to Flygon's Breaking Swipe as Charlie goes for Dig. Steel Wing does absolutely nothing at this point and hit hard as the Rock sets up the rocks. Flygon falls on the second Dazzling Gleam as we barely hold on to Body Press. We do eventually go down, so Ron comes out and clears the body ground type monsters, leaving one huge block of flats. Now, I completely forgot Teddy can't hit the Endeavor on Dynamax Pokemon, so I switch out to Dante for Intimidation as Ron is casually fully paralyzed. A single goal for Flames takes out the Duraludon. And there we go, ladies and gentlemen, that is all 8 gym badges, so now we qualify for the semi-finals. But I have one thing I have left to do. You see, I meet up with the professors of Galar, who advised me I haven't actually caught all dog Pokemon, so I think we should complete said task. So by taking a very expensive train to the Scottish ground tundra, I can first attempt to beat up a level 70 Copperajah and Aggron and actually do it. Bump into one of my personal favourite Pokédogs, Absol. I managed to catch it this time, unlike the shiny Eevee, and called it Millie for BP Nuzlocke. She'll be replacing Tyson because of its rather poor moveset. And just before we go, I have one more TR to get, which is Flash Cannon. There we are, ladies and gentlemen. This is the team we're going to be rocking with for the remaining of the challenge. Let me know which one is your favourite. My favourite has to be Millie here. But as much as it wants to play, we gotta move. Onward! I finished setting up a high crit moveset for Millie with her ability being Super Lock before grabbing one last train to Winden. Just so we don't overlevel our main squad, I use the other dogs we have encountered during the way to Route 10. Once we arrive, I buy one final TM, Fire Punch, as well as picking up Stomping Tantrum, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're ready for the Champion Cup. Starting with Marnie and her Dark types, it's Cat versus Dog, Liepard versus Ron. And yes, she torments me, though I knock it out. The same thing goes for Scrafty. Morpeko is next, and Paralyze eventually puts us to a stop. Millie is out and takes a bench with Psycho Cot. This leaves her Grimmsnarl, so I switch for Intimidation and take an easy max Starfall. I hit hard when more play roughs until Dante eventually falls. However, Layla comes out and though it heals, Discharge and a final Volt Switch claims the victory. This leaves the battle against Hop, and boy oh boy, I am ready for this. Double is against Ron, and Aura Sphere was just too short. That's okay, as he goes for Cotton Guard and the second hit takes it out. I continue to hit hard against the Snorlax too, despite being stronger in Spadef. Again, it just falls short, so we do fall to a second Hammer Arm, but Caesar retaliates with Brick Break. Carbonite is out and misses a Steel Wing, so I get a Fire Punch as well as a Rock Slide in before getting low. So I switch to Dante, spit flames on its metal body and melt his wings, as well as burn the Pinchurchin to the floor. This leaves a Dynamax Cinderace, and we take Max Knuckle fairly well as he reduces his defense with crunches. Before leaving it low for comfort, we do fall, but Layla also falls. Charlie couldn't take it either, so I have no choice but to Dynamax Caesar and lose the battle. Brilliant! Annoyingly, I go again. Same tactic, though managed to take out the Snorlax, so when Pinchurchin finishes Ron, Layla gets revenge and zap the bird out the skies. We're in a much better position against his big Bonnie. We got a Discharge, Paralysis, and after taking a single max Ooze, I actually get it fully paralyzed for 2 turns, so despite a Pyro Ball to the face, Dante gets the priority knockout with extreme speed and gets us the win. With a ticket to the finals, I head up to get some rest at the local hotel. However, the Marco Cosmos are starting to cause trouble and get fishy. So I do what a rebellious teenager does, steal the keys and break into the tower. I felt so alive here. I just felt like in a casual overnight challenge with Ali Law. But there I was on top seeing Leon as I bump into Rose's pet, Oleana. So, you know what time it is? Let's fisto. Frostlast is first against Dante, and to my surprise she outspeeds in double team, so I missed the shot. But after getting hit with the Hex, I retaliate with my flames. Milotic is next, and I stay in to use Wild Charge that I swapped to extreme speed at the last second just for this fight. It goes for the Aqua Wing, so that means bye-bye fishy. Salazzle does take a crunch well, and Venushot knocks us out. Millie is out and does get poisoned, however a Psycho Cut crits and takes it down. Serena gets the same crit treatment with our stab and also falls, but not without poison taking us out too. Charlie comes out against her ace Garbodor. I think Rose doesn't treat her employees well. Anyways, I intimidate, followed by somehow digging in the building as the garbage bag grows in size. Then predicting the G-Max Malador, I take out the trash with a poison facade. Who's a good boy, Charlie? Now, I know something is fishy here with this fat geezer. I mean, look Look at him, he's worried about the cost of living crisis when he should be worried about when his last gym session was. So I let them be and get ready for the match, and first to face against the championship cop is you! You keep messing with the plans, what do you have to say for yourself? Womp womp. It's Marwile up first against Ron. Aurasphere does wonders, although likewise with his play rough. We're able to take him out in turn 2. So next was Gardevoir, and despite a huge flash cannon, it's just too defensively strong and takes us out with Dazzling Gleam. So Millie is out, and Shadow Claws, I would love to say every opponent, but sadly not. Layla outspeeds and discharges the Unicorn, leaving his G-Max Hatcherini. From here, I decide to light screen as my remaining squad can't hit fairies well. I take the Max Storm better than I thought, and once we fall to Max Flare and the sun comes up, it was Dante's time to shine, taking one last Mind Storm well, and with the help of the sun, burn it with Flamethrower. That was close. So now let's get on with the rest of the challenge. We start against Nessa, who starts with Golisopod. I go for Ron, which withers the bug's HP down to use Emergency Exit. Barraskewda comes out and pulls a quick one with Drill Run, so my quickest dog Layla still can't outspeed. We survive and retaliate with Discharge, so when Golisopod comes back out on the field, I swap to Dante to Intimidate on the first impression, then Wild Charge the bug, and the Pelipper. This leaves the Mighty Dreadnought, so I stay in to do a good amount of chip damage before going down. Send Charlie out for Intimidation, take Max Darkness very well, and the dig wraps up the G-Max. One last dig gives us the win. Not too shabby, considering this was the fight I was worried about the most. Alistair and his Ghost types were next on the field, and Voss hits Dosnor against Millie, and Super Critical Night Slashes are the way to go. Until I messed up and should have swapped to Dante on Will-O-Wisp. Sweet. However, we continue to crit. Despite the setback, one by one, they fall, leaving G-Max Gengar. You guys see why I love Millie so much. But it goes south when it finally gets outsped and we get taken out. Charlie is out for the dig to waste the Dynamax before we go down to Sludge Bomb. Dante being the quicker one out of him and Ron, we outspeed with the Crunch and take the big Ghost out. It's 2 for 2. This leaves Raihan, and being honest, I'm scared about this one as well. Torkoal is against Layla first, and I instantly discharge and paralyze before being yawned. However, I can safely Volt Switch out to Dante to be yawned again. Once again, I switch out for him to use a full restore. That's not good. After digging once and getting the big hit, I bite a bullet in Dynamax, and Max Quake takes out the Tortoise. Turtonator is out and takes the Max Quake well before Shell Trap does less than I expected. With the big threats out the way with, and with special defense boosts, I can safely take care of Goodra as well as Flygon, and only just with 3 HP remaining. Once he falls the Facade and I well go down to the Sandstorm, there remains Duraludon. Ron comes out and somehow gets outsped, though we take Max Knuckle and leave it fairly low. With Layla being the quickest dog out of them all, a final Flamethrower seals the deal. All that remains is Leon, but we don't fight because of an Earthquake. Damn it, Charlie, I told you to stop Max Quake and then digging around.
Diggy diggy ho!
So with the championships cancelled, I head over to the woods again, this time grab a Sword and Shield and come armed and prepared against Rose. By using Steelies, Dante was able to absolutely annihilate his squad. There remains one little pea in the pot, and that is the Darkest Day, otherwise known as Eternatus. But with the help of the Paw Patrol, the 2 legendary dogs, and Hop, we were able to put an end to the destruction. All that's left to do is to finally compete in the championship final against Leon. This is the final battle in the video, so last guesses in the comments if you think we can do it. Aegislash is up first, and I go for a double Intimidate strategy to take an easy Flash Cannon? I'm not complaining. I hit a hard Flamethrower and down it goes. Haxorus is next and I play off the Axe Dragon before getting burnt with Earthquake with 15 HP to spare. A second play off connects and it's 2 for 2. It's Rhyperior next and I do need to save Dante just a little longer. So Charlie comes for the switch, intimidates again and takes a huge Stone Edge. I dig and create holes for Rhyperior's bones to go into, though despite the 2 hard hits, this machine gets the best of my dog. However, it's safe for Ron to come out and finish with a stab or a sphere. But Rillaboom comes out next, right when I wasn't expecting. So I go for the Flash Cannon as I tank the drum beating, with high horsepower coming right after. Once again, poor Dante has to fight a little longer and a huge Flamethrower takes it down. Now the Dragapult is out, Dante can heroically fall. Millie is next in line, and despite a huge T-Bolt crit and the paralysis, we retaliate with a crit of our own. All that's left is Charizard. Max airstreams us out of the arena. Now that's worrying. I decide to play defensively and go for the light screen on another airstream, which works well. Because a final Wire Flyer takes us out though, Caesar can come out and hit the quad effective Stone Edge to win the fight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. This was one of my favourite challenges of recording in a very long time. If you've watched this long, I first of all really appreciate it, and it would really mean the world to me if you did hit that subscribe button. Give the video a thumbs up, and do leave a comment because it helps the algorithm. As some of you know, I've been off YouTube for quite some time, and I thought I'd be completely honest with you. I don't know where to start. I think we'll talk about where I've been, and to be honest, I just stopped enjoying uploading videos. Mainly because I felt like I had to force myself out content whilst working a normal job. With the added stress of my next point, which I'll get onto in a minute, I just needed to take a step away from things, you know? But even so, I've been working relentlessly off camera to make this super secret project a reality, and that had to be a priority of mine. So I had to again step away for it to make a little progress that's simply out of my hands. And it's just so annoying and frustrating because I know once it's done, it's going to be amazing. Now, my birthday was recent. I did a stream recently. I got hooked up with a couple of new parts to build an updated PC, which I was going to give myself 2 weeks for, whereas I built it in 6 hours, if that. So I thought, you know what? Everything is done. I want to make videos again and lift the stress without feeling like a job, hence the blast from the past. A challenge idea I loved the first time on Generation 9, and now on Sword and Shield. The very last thing I want is for me feeling awful and low and no longer enjoying the videos that I make for you faces. We're all here to have a good time, and if I don't like what I'm doing, then you guys won't either. It should have never ever come to that in the first place, but things just simply got too much for me. The super secret project, juggling between this and full-time work, it's a lot. And now I'm back and refreshed after, well, we'll call it a break now. I'm really excited for the future, so I really hope you enjoyed it. It's good to be back, and for those who were stuck out for the beginning or just joining in now, thank you. And with that said, I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.